Welcome back to my channel, where we explore the scariest stories from around the web. Today, we've scoured deep web to bring you 8 of the creepiest true stories we could find, and these stories will send shivers down your spine. Number 1. Metalava, a user on a video hosting site, discovered a channel belonging to a woman who had posted several videos of herself dancing with a human corpse. Despite the corpse being visibly decayed, the woman danced around it to weird music and sang joyful, loving songs to it. What made it even more disturbing was the fact that the woman did not sing in an intentionally creepy manner, but rather in a normal, upbeat tone. Number 2. King of Bananas shares the story of their friend, known as Eli, who delved into the depths of the internet as a teenager and stumbled upon the infamous Silk Road marketplace. Excited by the prospect of purchasing drugs from a dark web dealer, Eli placed an order and had the package sent to a family cottage. However, after multiple attempts, Eli realized that the package was not being delivered, and he grew increasingly frustrated with the dealer. Unbeknownst to him, the packages were actually being sent to a neighboring cottage due to an address typo. It wasn't until months later that the truth was discovered, leaving Eli with the shocking realization that he had unknowingly been sending drugs to his unsuspecting neighbors. The fact that the dealer continued to send the shipments despite the incorrect address is a testament to the surprising level of customer service in the dark web drug trade. Number 3. The briefest contribution on the list comes from user Kick299, who shares a chilling encounter from their time on the dark web. Found a webcam feed. Coming from my webcam feed, this experience highlights the disturbing reality that there are individuals on the internet who actively seek out vulnerable targets for their own nefarious purposes. What's even more unsettling is that the response to this story from other Redditors was nonchalant, with many indicating that it was a common occurrence. The fact that invasive and coercive surveillance of one's home is considered normal in certain corners of the internet is deeply unsettling. Number 4. Another brief but noteworthy contribution comes from user Urban Hakon, who shares a disturbing encounter from their time on the dark web. They came across an individual who was attempting to purchase large quantities of bed bugs in order to breed a strain that would be resistant to normal methods of eradication, while simultaneously creating a weakness that only the individual knew about. Their ultimate goal was to release the bed bugs into people's homes and then extort them for money in order to get rid of the infestation. What's particularly eerie about this story is that it closely resembles the plot of both The Amazing Spider-Man and Michael Bay's TMNT film, where a villain creates a disease in order to sell the cure. It's unsettling to consider the potential consequences if this individual were to achieve their goal, and it's a reminder of the sinister activities that can take place on the dark web. Number 5. User Thegisser2 used to frequent the parts of the dark web where aspiring hackers and cybersecurity experts congregate. His intention was to learn, presumably for positive purposes, and the best way to do so was by observing actual hackers in action. Amidst the typical activities like information and identity theft, he came across one hacker who offered a truly unique service. This individual advertised a service where someone could pay to have a certain type of illegal and immoral video uploaded onto another person's computer. The hacker would then report that person to the police, who would presumably arrest them after searching their computer. This was a terrifyingly effective way to frame someone for a crime they did not commit. What's even more disturbing is that Thegisser2 discovered at least 2 people in the chat room where he was discussing kernel security had used this service. Number 6. User Busty Crustacean reports a bizarre and repulsive discovery on the Silk Road. They found a DIY vasectomy kit being sold on the website, which consisted of strange-looking hooks and a tube for just $20. The idea that someone could perform surgery on themselves at home without anesthesia is disturbing. What's even more alarming is that there were likely people who bought the kit and attempted the procedure, possibly with gruesome consequences. In fact, it's almost more unsettling to consider that someone could successfully use this kit to perform their own vasectomy. Number 7. User Cadet5 discovered a listing for enriched uranium while browsing Alphabay, a deep web marketplace that became even larger than the infamous Silk Road after its shutdown. Enriched uranium is a crucial component in creating nuclear weapons, so finding it listed publicly, even on a site hidden within an onion address, is highly unlikely. However, Cat5 still found it unsettling, stating that probably a scam, but it was still scary. If it were a real listing, then Cat5's discovery suggests that many more dangerous individuals may have also come across it. Number 8. User Progressive Coder has discovered a phenomenon called the portals, which involves hiding clues within innocuous websites that only savvy coders can find. These clues can lead to encrypted content that is impossible to find unless one knows where to look. For instance, Progressive Coder found a PDF of the original Anarchist's Cookbook, which contained detailed chemical breakdowns of military-grade explosives. This goes beyond typical weapon-building instructions and illustrates the extent of the hidden world of encryption and camouflage that most internet users are unaware of. Number 9. User Fakington, recalling their experience in the early days of the internet, shares a story where they stumbled upon something strange and cryptic while casually surfing the web. They were able to navigate through a series of internet maneuvers and found a directory that appeared to contain records that a psychologist or similar mental health professional would keep. The images were of faxes, apparently of both military and medical nature. While looking through the files, they noticed a new HTML file named 1. Hello, there, Hotmail. The timestamp indicated it was created at that moment. When they opened the file, they found a plain text message saying, "We see you." Within 15 seconds, the server went offline. This incident proves that sometimes just being seen on obscure corners of the internet can be terrifying. Number 10. The Scavenger Hunt is a popular game on the dark web, and Cicada 3301 is one of its unsolved mysteries. The game works like a regular scavenger hunt, where players follow clues to find the next location until they reach the final reward. However, on the dark web, the game can take a darker turn. One disturbing story involves a player who participated in the game and was tasked with going to a specific location in New York City and answering a public payphone at precisely 30 am. While most of the game is played online through the Tor browser, this task was particularly creepy and risky. It might be wise to avoid dark web games altogether. Number 11. The dark web has gained notoriety for its practice of publicly sharing sensitive personal information. One dark web user discovered a repository containing personal information and, upon investigation, found that it included details about their colleague. Adding to the concern, the site charged a symbolic price for access to this information. Further investigation revealed that the database contained not only their colleague's personal information, but also their own. The information for sale included social security numbers, phone numbers, email addresses, and physical addresses, all readily available on the dark web. Number 12. While the previous stories may not be particularly scary, this next one will give you goosebumps. It comes from a Reddit user who was trying to uncover what brought the users of a particular site together. In the days before Google, the task required a lot of manual work and lookups. Eventually, the user discovered a server with a directory containing images and HTML files. Upon further inspection, the HTML files turned out to be mental health reports and observations, while the images were scans of similar documents. As the user was looking around, they stumbled upon a brand new hello, their HTML file, in the parent directory. The timestamp on the file indicated it had been created just moments earlier. When the user opened the file, they were greeted by a short message that read, "We see you." Soon after, the connection to the server was terminated. Of course, Reddit is a forum where anyone can post their opinions, so it's possible that some of the stories you come across may be partially or entirely fictional. Number 13. The dark web is a haven for all kinds of video files, and you can find almost anything you desire. One dark web user recounted their experience of watching videos through Tor. Upon discovering an intriguing video, the user decided to leave a comment sharing their observations about the content. Sometime later, the user returned to the same video and was surprised to find that their comment had a reply. However, the reply was not only creepy, but also disconcerting, as it read, "That is very astute of you, Mr. Given that the user's last name was not common. they became extremely uneasy and decided to stay offline for the next few weeks. Number 14. The deep web is full of intriguing sites, but sometimes you can come across some truly strange and unsettling ones. One example of this is a collection of last statements made by death row inmates in Texas, just moments before their execution. These statements can be deeply personal and haunting, and they provide a glimpse into the final moments of these individuals' lives. Number 15. The deep web is a peculiar and enigmatic place, and due to its unsettling nature, it may be best to avoid it altogether. However, Tor does have its advantages, as it allows users to access safe onion websites. For instance, in 2017, the New York Times created its own dark version, and other prominent media outlets have followed suit. This provides users with a means of accessing relevant information from anywhere. If you're looking to increase your online anonymity and privacy through Tor, there are alternative options you should be aware of. One such option is a virtual private network, which operates on similar principles to Tor. A VPN encrypts traffic and reroutes it through secure servers. Although Tor moves data through multiple nodes, a VPN typically only delivers traffic through one server. However, you can download VPN apps that will reroute traffic through multiple locations. Alright. In the deep web, there are full of terrifying stories like this one. Who knows what other real stories are waiting to be discovered in the depths of the internet?